Hi everyone, we are here in Melbourne. We're here at St Kilda Beach, not far from the Albert Park circuit where Formula 1 2025 is about to get underway. I've got Phil and Emily here and we're going to talk about the season, looking ahead to the first race, a little bit of expectations, talking about the rookies as well, and just how well we think Lewis Hamilton's going to do in red. So guys, welcome. It's great, isn't it? It's nice and warm. I don't know about you, but it just feels like the right place for a Formula 1 season to start.
Yeah, totally. I mean, for whole generations, this was the first race, wasn't it? Everybody that started watching from 96 onwards, and it just feels right to be here. You know, I have memories of waking up as a kid very early in the morning in Europe to catch first race in Australia, see what the cars look like before the internet. So, yeah, it feels right. Obviously, we've got that sour taste from 2020, don't we? That we have to get rid of when the season opener was here, but then it was cancelled on the Friday night because of.
That was a COVID pandemic, wasn't it? Everything went shut down, and I remember that running away.
Were you here for that?
I was, and trying to get home as quickly as possible. Emily, what do you make of it as an Australian? It must be a good place.
For sure. Growing up here, definitely this is my memory of the start of the season. So it feels like a great homecoming, but it's exciting. I mean, we've got Jack, we've got Oscar. Lots to look forward to this weekend.
You've mentioned Oscar. Now, we got off the aeroplane and the first thing I saw was an advert with his face on. Someone else has seen him outside a burger restaurant advertising a burger. We fought the tram down here today and he's doing an announcement on the tram. The guy is everywhere, isn't he?
MasterCard are getting their money's worth with Oscar. He is absolutely everywhere. We were just saying even his sister was like, I can't get away from this bloke. So, yeah, the city's really, really embracing their hometown hero.
And, of course, we do have another Aussie on the grid as well in Jack Doohan. Yeah. How well do we think that he's going to do?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The way he's coming to F1 is just having to bat away questions about his future before he's even run. And I feel for him. I think he's fine, given the circumstances, but still, you can't help but feel that he is being undermined by Franco Colapinto being signed there as the third reserve driver of however many they have by now. So, I mean, yes, he's under pressure. We can deny it. Alpine can deny it all they want, but it is there. I do hope he goes well. He deserves a chance. We'll see.
Yeah. Feels like a bit of an unfair weight of expectation. I think for a midfield team, you think a few years back Esteban Ocon signed a lifetime deal with that team and had so many lifelines. It feels a bit unfair, but I mean, we'll see how he goes. Hometown race to kick off the season.
Yeah, it's no pressure in the deep end, I suppose you can say. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. We've got a number of rookies this year. I suppose the one that we'll probably be talking about most will be Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes as a replacement for Lewis Hamilton, who's obviously gone to Ferrari. So, big shoes to fill. How well do we think he's going to do? You were over in Germany with an Adidas thing with him.
Yeah.
How was he?
Yeah, I mean, talk about expectations. There's some crazy shoes to fill, but he was great. He seemed so energized, so ready to get going, which I think is, we really needed that injection of new blood on the grid. So yeah, he seems ready to go. I'm excited to see how he stacks up against George, but overall seems just like he's been waiting for this moment.
Yeah. Do you agree?
Yeah, and let's not forget he's done tons of private testing in old cars. People sometimes underestimate that. They think rookies these days they don't get any testing. Well, he's done quite a bit of testing.
Yeah.
Not in the current car, but still. I think he's ready. As you say, it's really refreshing to have so many rookies, and after having sort of the same grid last year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on. Mercedes are very keen to stress he's not replacing Lewis.
Yeah.
He's replacing George, and George is replacing Lewis, if you like. As sort of
they've got to manage that expectation, haven't they?
George is now stepping up to becoming the team leader, and Kimi will get to learn from him, like George learned from Lewis.
Yeah.
Which is a healthy way of looking at it. At the same time, he's still stepping into that car.
Ollie Bearman, another name, English driver, obviously coming in at Haas, part of the Ferrari Young Driver Academy. Again, he's performed well when he's come in. I mean, we're calling him a rookie. I mean, he's only done a couple of races, so he technically is, I guess, for this season. All eyes will be on him, won't he? Even though he's a team at the back of the grid in Haas, the expectation will be there just to see how well he does.
I think we were saying earlier, it's interesting Drive to Survive only covered, his poor race towards the end of the season. It's easy to forget he had, a flying start to his Formula One career, and very eager to see how he performs in the Haas.
Yeah, and the good thing is we're going to have quite a close grid in midfield, so it's not like he's going to be in a hopeless car like the Haas was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll have a good go at it. He scored points last year, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm rooting through the papers here. This is the Age in Australia, and we've got a headline here: as I'm attacked by a fly. Flying cars, crashes, rivalries. GP always delivers the drama. Is that what we're expecting this time around?
I mean, I think with Australia, it's mostly been, because it's the start of the season, there are so many unknowns, so many variables, and that's kind of what's led to some great races through the years. I'm not sure how you guys feel about the track itself, if it's, the most exciting on the grid, but, it's always great to go racing here to start off the season and see.
Probably not the most exciting.
Yeah.
We talk about it being a great venue, and for me, it's the international aspect, and from someone from Europe, the whole concept of starting a championship so far away from home gives it that global feel.
Yeah.
But the circuit itself isn't particularly great. But it has served up some good races, as that article's proved.
Yeah.
We've had some big crashes here, definitely. Fernando Alonso not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely back in the age of unreliability, it was probably more exciting the first race. Now reliability is bulletproof, but 2 years ago we had a huge drama, red flags,
Absolutely.
everything. So
Red
and
flag.
it looks like we might have some rain as well coming.
Yeah, the weather's changeable. I mean, it's beautiful today, and it's
Yeah.
going to be heating up as well. But then, of course, come Sunday, we could have rain. So, that would be.
With 5 rookies on the grid,
Yeah.
there's a few hungry people on there that want to prove something.
Yeah.
So.
One of the names I want to throw at you guys is Liam Lawson. Had his taste last year as a replacement for Daniel Ricciardo. No Daniel here at this race, which is going to be a blow. I mean, I think his personality is going to be missing. How's Liam Lawson going to approach it? Has he got to fill that vacuum left by Daniel, or is he just going to be quiet and knuckling down? Because for me, he doesn't seem that particular type. I think he's going to come out and, potentially mix it with some of the more experienced drivers.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's wary to kind of step into Daniel's shoes because of the comparisons. I mean, we saw it last season. It was, kind of a tricky situation for him, and a bit unfair, I think, to have been, put up against Daniel. But we're seeing his personality come out a bit more, during the off-season. He's been posting on social media. He just did like a big profile piece a couple of days ago with GQ. So.
And you've spent some time with him in a car, haven't you?
Yeah, we drove into Vegas with him. Very kindly let us tag along, and he's a lovely guy. Like, he loves his music. He's really into his cars. Has kind of been waiting in the wings, playing the game at Red Bull for a long time. I think he understands how to operate within the framework. The dynamics with Max, and a lot going on in that team.
Yeah, the Max situation is going to be quite crucial, isn't it? How he gets on with Max. They seem to be okay. They seem to have a friendship, and let's see how long that lasts. How long will it last, Phil? Do you think it'll be a couple of races, a couple of months?
Depends how strong his start is going to be. Because we've seen last year in Mexico, for example, he was elbows out, was not making friends, trying to drive Checo off the road, trying to get his seat. Obviously, with Max, he's not supposed to beat him necessarily. Like, he's just, if Max wins the race, he's supposed to be finished second or third or fourth tops. But I don't think he's going in there just ready to just take a beating. He wants to beat Max, and he should.
Yeah.
That should be his goal.
So we've not spoken about Lewis yet. We've got to talk about him at Ferrari. This is a whole new chapter.
Yeah.
We've dealt a lot with the right and wrong decision. We won't know until the end of his time at Ferrari. But has he got a shot of winning this race straight away, straight off the bat?
If you look at Barn testing, I don't know. Doesn't sound that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm choosing to live in a little bit of delusion right now. I think, what a good story. If Lewis comes to Ferrari, takes home his 8th, and then, calls it a day. I mean, I think that's very delusional, but, we'll see how it goes this weekend.
You're a believer.
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
We talk about delusions. We're going to go back to the papers again. Now, this is in the business side of the Wall Street Journal. Now, we've got this here. You can see the headline. Thank you very much. Piastri magic can cast away Albert Park curse. Now, we did mention this man, Oscar Piastri. He's obviously got his mentor, Mark Webber. There has always been a bit of a struggle for Australian drivers here at this track.
Yeah.
Can he break that hoodoo? The writer here, which is Will Swanton, reckons it requires a Harry Potter-style curse, or spell, shall we say, to lift the curse, which is an interesting take. What is it going to take for an Australian driver to win his home race?
a winning car. It's as simple as that, really. I mean,
McLaren looked strong during testing, didn't they?
Yeah, if anyone's in for a shot, I think it's Oscar at McLaren right now. I mean, we've obviously had some heartbreak for Daniel through the years, but, you know, it never seemed too likely. If anyone's going to take it, it seems like this could be Oscar's time.
People talk about Lando Norris being the strongest of the McLaren drivers because he was closest to Max last year. But are they missing the point? Do you think that they should be looking at Oscar instead? I mean, his progress has been phenomenal. It's probably difficult to remember that this actually is coming into his third season in Formula One. I think, you know, for me, it feels like he's been here forever.
I know. He's so mature, so level-headed, I think, out of everyone on the grid. Like, he's definitely, like, mature beyond his years. But it's been interesting to see him kind of start to get his elbows out a bit more with Lando. And I think he'll be wanting to make a point from the go that, you know, he's not a second driver. Yeah. What do you think, Phil?
You mentioned Mark Webber. Like, if one person knows you know, what it's like being a second driver and having to fight against that is Mark and his partner, manager Anna. So they all be very wary of, as you say, like, make sure that Oscar keeps being treated the same. I think we see from McLaren that even at a fault, they are very fair, almost until it was too late, you know, last year with Oscar and Lando, and not backing Lando. So I think they're in a good place.
Yep.
Oscar's, really impressed with him. He does have some homework after last season, some things he needs to clean up to really be more consistent. But
it's shaping up for a good year, isn't it? I think that's ultimately where we're at. We're on our way here, and you know, I think that there's a lot of positivity, and it should be a good season.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's hope it kicks off and sets the momentum and carries on forward.
Looking forward to it.
Cool. Check back on Motorsport, Autosport over the next couple of days because we will be doing updates from the paddock to bring you all the news across the 4 days over the weekend.